Hey y'all, I'm back. And y'all already know about the title. What's gonna happen? I'm finna go in on these pickmieshas out here. Just ruining it for everyone. Hi. So, have you seen the video? I don't know if there's a video of them twerking or just basically there was this restaurant owner and he opened a restaurant. It's a black owned restaurant. And these ladies were twerking on the table. So he got upset and stopped the music and made his speech and asked those ladies to stop twerking on his table at his restaurant. He's trying to have a nice establishment for people to feel good about themselves in. Why you got to come in here and twerk on the table and ruin it for everybody? Why you got to do that? You can go outside and twerk. I don't need your money, basically, is what he told him. And he was sick and tired of Pickmiesha and them going everywhere and twerking on everything. And I always say, and people thought I was joking when I was talking about people going everywhere and twerking on everything, but it's true. Like, there needs to be some type of exorcism to, exorcise these twerk demons and these Pickmieshas. I don't know. Like, they need to make something. They need to find a vaccine for that. If they need to work on the vaccine they need to work on an anti-twerking vaccine. I don't know what they need to do, but they need to come out with it. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all a clip of the video. Give me a second. Y'all know I'm new to this stuff, but hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna play like a few seconds at a time because y'all know I don't want to get copyright. So hold on. Watch. Can y'all see that? All right. Wait, did it work? Hold on. All right. Y'all can see it? Okay, here we go. Let me get on the actual video and press play.
So black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a one. Stop the music, please.
So he's over there asking those ladies in the corner to stop twerking on everything. This is a restaurant. Y'all heard him. Okay, so here's the rest.
Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? No, real talk. And so all this twerking, taking the prime, taking the peak, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant.
So basically he's saying don't bring that twerking in here. We're a restaurant. This is not a club. This is not a bar. You cannot get on the table and twerk. And this is how people view. Okay, we're done with it. This is how people view us, which is why we try to separate ourselves from Pickmiesha, especially as Black women or women of color or anybody that's just, hanging with people that like to twerk everywhere. I don't know. I feel that it's sad that someone has to make a speech about that. Pickmiesha, have you lost your mind, lady? Have you lost your mind? I mean, I know it's stressful taking care of a grown man and all, or trying to lure a grown man to take care of, but come on now. There's a thing called public decency, and twerking is not for public. I know you think it is. Maybe it's for the club. Maybe. If you ratchet and like to twerk in the club, fine. But it's not for the public. It's not for restaurants. It's not for outside in the street. It's for strip clubs and clubs. Okay. That's what twerking is for. If you want to twerk, stay at home and twerk, do whatever you got to do, but don't go out in public and be Pickmiesha and twerk on everything. That's first of all, it's unsanitary. Second of all, it's very ratchet. Third of all, it makes people want to stereotype every Black woman, thinking that that's how stupid she is. Okay, so for example, if all people see is twerking idiots and twerking Pickmieshas everywhere, that's what they're going to think my child is, my daughter, your daughter. Stop being ratchet, Pickmieshas. Look, if that's all you can do and that's all you have, fine. Stay at home and twerk. Go to the club and twerk. You can't eat and take a break from twerking. I mean, is it that important? Yeah. Is it that important that you got to get up and twerk while you eat? That's crazy. And so I agree with the dude on the video about him not needing their money, and if he gonna represent, if they're gonna represent his restaurant and his establishment like that, he does not want them there, and I don't blame him. I would have kicked him out too. And a lot of people are, talking about this because I've seen a few videos on it, but Pickmiesha needs to check herself before she wreck herself, which never mind, she already wrecked herself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she didn't hit the ground and started digging. Basically, she didn't hit rock bottom and then she started digging. That's how bad this is. Okay, this is how bad this is. Pickmiesha is now twerking in restaurants on top of tables and probably don't even look good. Okay, probably nobody even wanted to see them twerking. You know what I mean? So when you don't want to see people twerking, definitely not a good look, ladies. Does anyone disagree with me? I mean, I'm just wondering if there's somebody out here fool enough to justify some Pickmiesha twerking on a table in a restaurant, because I just want to see who's silly. You said you came here so fast. Okay. Hey. Okay. I don't care. You know what? The point is, I don't know what he did to other women. All I know is what this guy has said. Please stop twerking on my table. Please have some manners, some self-respect, some dignity, some brain cell. If y'all are out there doing that, get off my channel for real. Because don't say y'all watch me. Say y'all watch Kevin Samuels. Because I don't teach y'all to go out there and twerk on poles and tables and people head and whatever. That's super ratchet and low class and beyond why I have no reason why people would do that. I'm so sorry. I just don't think it is appropriate. It tells people that you're low class without even talking. Look, I'm low class. Here I go. Let me twerk on the table. I'm ghetto. I'm ratchet. I'm a Pickmiesha. So I don't care what he said. He was correct. I don't care how he said it. He was correct, because I would have said the same thing. Get your Pickmiesha butt out of my restaurant and go twerk outside, because nobody in here wants to see that. I would have said the same thing, except probably funnier. Okay. Twerking is desperate behavior. It sure is. No dinner. Yeah, I really think people who think that that's okay have mental illness, and not in a good way. Okay, 2020 timestamp exactly. Look, if you think that's okay, you have a long way to go. You said some women are beyond help. Probably. But people always can change if they decide to change. You said twerking originated in Africa, but this ain't Africa, and they're on a table in a restaurant twerking. Okay, and they're not twerking for the same reasons Africans are twerking. Okay. So I think it's silly. Okay, y'all can kind of try to justify it as much as you want, but when someone walks up to your child or you and asks you to start twerking because they think you like twerking, don't be mad. Don't be mad. Okay. If it's a joke, if you're doing it at home for fun in front of your TV or whatnot, fine, but don't take it out to the public area or in a restaurant. Yes. Twerking came from Africa. Wonderful. But do you see them on tables in restaurants twerking? No. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's totally inappropriate, the wrong place, the wrong time. Da 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 da. I don't know who said that, but it's just inappropriate and it needs to stop. Especially in public. The booty is the only assets Dusty likes. Okay. No classy women twerks in public, ladies, period. That's true. They sure don't. You said your Nigerian aunties do not twerk. See? Twerking is bedroom behavior. I don't know. I don't think I don't even think twerking would turn me on if I was a man in the bedroom. I think it's kind of ratchet. Unless I felt like I was in a ratchet mood. I don't know. I mean, how many men actually even like twerking? Have y'all asked me? Do y'all like twerking? Too many women think that they all have to off. Yeah, that's all they have to offer is, oh, I could twerk. Okay, and what else can you do? Can you look good? Nope. Oh, you can just twerk. Okay. Twerking is not classy. Nope. So you said, yeah, they do too much. You twerk in the mirror all the time, but I don't twerk in front of men. Well, I mean, y'all have to ask yourselves a question too, like what is twerking doing for you? Is it a workout? If it's a workout, great, work it out. But what is it doing for you? Is it paying your bills? If it's not, then why are you doing it? If it's exercise, great, keep it at home. And when we see y'all bent over using a walker when y'all 90, if y'all make it to 90, when y'all 60 years old because y'all done twerked y'all back out and we still standing up straight, we might have to bypass you because you walking too slow. Okay. Sprinkle. So, y'all are so silly. So, does anyone feel like the man was wrong in the video? Like, and why was he wrong? I'm just asking because I heard some people who are upset about that. Why was the dude in the restaurant wrong? Was he wrong or no? He was right. Yeah, he sure was right. Twerking for a Birkin. He was right. Yep. So I don't think so far no one says he's wrong. And I agree, he ain't wrong. I feel that when someone puts their money into something and tries to have an established restaurant and a nice place for people to go, and someone's trying to ruin his business by bringing the wrong type of element there by twerking on a table, I mean, that could mess up his business. People could say, oh, I'm never going back to that restaurant. That was so ratchet. There was these ugly pickmieshas on the table twerking. I didn't see what they look like. I'm just assuming. So, I feel that that messed up his business. That made him upset. I mean, that's his money. That's his investment. That's his, you know, his business. And I would be upset if somebody did that to me. I will put a sign on the door before you walk in, no twerking. It will be a sign that says, do not twerk in my restaurant or you will be kicked out. Mm-hmm. They were bringing the value down. Exactly. Needed to protect the restaurant. His speech was fake, though. I agreed. How is his speech fake? He seems the type that it doesn't bother him until someone else is bothered by it. His vibe is off. Yeah, but the point is that's still his business. And even if his speech sounded fake, he meant business. You know what I'm saying? See, at that time, that kind of stuff really doesn't matter. It's stop the twerking and tell people not to do it again. It doesn't matter how fake it sounds or if his vibe is off. Shoot, the whole vibe was off when people were twerking in the restaurant. He was playing twerk music. Yeah, but they play twerk music everywhere. You don't stop and start twerking in front of thousands of people when they play certain music, somewhere else where it's inappropriate to twerk. It's music. It's up to the person to control themselves enough not to do something inappropriate. So, I feel that's silly. He should have had a dance floor. Maybe he didn't want a dance floor. Maybe he didn't want people twerking all over the restaurant. Maybe he just wanted to eat and listen to some decent music instead of some elevator music, So I think people should be allowed to play what music they want without having to risk Pickmiesha jumping on a table and twerking, okay? I think people should be able to do that. But it seems like in this day and age, they can't, which is sad. I think Pickmiesha need to be able to control herself enough to stop twerking and begging somebody for attention for at least an hour. Okay? Hey, it's Mother No Shade. He should have played that kind of music. He knew what he had in there. He knew what he had in there. So he needs to start playing elevator music again because they can't twerk the elevator music. Okay. Well, he probably gonna have to now. You're right. He probably gonna. You know what? These fools can't control themselves. Let me go ahead and throw back on this jazz. Turn it back into a jazz restaurant or something like that. He'd probably get higher clientele anyway. He could raise his price. That was a good point though. Like, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Love Life. Thank you, It's Mother. Hold on. So let me see what this next one says. Hi, Shira. Heard the Dusty yesterday was real demon. He asked for an invite while he said he was coming to take. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Yeah, that was unfortunate, but hilarious at the same time. So y'all think he should change his music because Pickmiesha can't control herself. Like the twerk demon will come out on certain music. And other music, the twerk demon don't come out. It's just low class, by the way. Okay, so it's just low class. Okay. Well, some people say, whatever they've been programmed to say, but yeah, we understand. Low class, very low class. It was stated that the restaurant wasn't professional as people have to wait extremely long times. Well, that means because there's a lot of people waiting to get in there because they want to eat. But it still doesn't give people the right to twerk on a table. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how unprofessional the restaurant was or how long it took to do whatever. That still does not mean you can get on a table and twerk anywhere. I don't care. Unless you're in a strip club or a club and that's what they promote. Right. Let's say if they play rap music, will you pull pistols out and start shooting? No. Exactly. Self-control. Self-control. So twerking isn't for dinner, right? Well, I did a thing where I was going to I took calls yesterday, but it seems like a lot of people were calling in with questions that didn't really relate, and so or just compliments. Y'all can compliment in the the text or whatever on here on the comments, but if I do a call in, it will be to discuss with someone about the topic at hand. Right. Thank you. It's Mother No. He does not have the right to remove anyone's shoes on the wall. What is wrong? I agree. But if you are in the ghetto, what do you expect? I don't know, I guess. I don't know where his restaurant was. Sprinkle. I don't know where it was. Was it in the hood? Hi, Shira. Hi, fellow gold diggers. Thank you. Sprinkle. Sweet storm. So I just think it was ratchet and low class. And if it was in the hood and they thought just because it was in the hood, they can twerk, I don't know. Maybe he need to move his establishment. Who knows? You said it's downtown? Okay. So it was not in the hood. So it was downtown. So there shouldn't have been no twerking, right? No twerk. But this is a nice profile picture, Sweet Storm. Sprinkle. You think a woman should limit herself to 2 drinks max so she can stay classy? Me too. 2 or 3, and then if you feel the twerk demon coming out, go drink some water, excuse yourself. So music influences some people in the clubs, people make music, tear the club. Well, here's my thing. If people are so influenced by music, don't you think people should also get control of that as well? You know what I mean? Like if music is going to, is going to control you to a point where you can't control yourself, don't you think you need to get a hold of that and try to work on self-control? Maybe. So I don't think any of the excuses are justified for grown women getting up on a table and twerking in a restaurant. I mean, we can try to find excuses for them, but really at the end of the day, there's none. Yeah, just not any. I'm just upset that this had to go viral because now it's like these pickmieshas are taking their value down and trying to take other Black women value down even lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower until they got to start digging a hole. Y'all see how it's looking bad, and they just won't stop. They just won't stop. They're just like the paid clowns. They ain't even paid. They just clowns for free. Free clowns. They need to go ahead and join the circus and twerk over there. Because people at least will pay for that. Pay for a ticket to the twerk tent, okay? Y'all need to start. They need to go ahead and join the Universal Soul Circus and go open them a twerk tent and go have at it. Let's start a twerk bar. Shira, let's start a twerk bar and make them coins. Sprinkle. Okay, I don't know why nobody has done it yet. You're right. Y'all need to start a twerk bar and get them coins, and every Pickmiesha will have a place to go, and every Dusty will have a place to go and get clothed and fed. Okay. That's right. Twerk tent at the circus or a twerk bar. You stay over there, we stay over here, okay? Sprinkle. Yeah. So they already have those called strip clubs. Really? Okay. Let me close this up. You ever noticed how white women at times can be worse to pickmieshas though? I don't see them on the table twerking, but they do have a whole series. They did have a whole series back in the day called Girls Gone Wild. But I think they got paid for it. Okay. I think they got paid though. So you said Boondocks restaurant? Right. Your strip clubs are different. Okay. So we're not whatever they're doing, wonderful. If it's inappropriate, I'm still gonna tell them the same thing too. If they jumping on stuff twerking or dancing or whatever they're doing, that's still ratchet and trashy too. Right. So you said they will never look at white women as ratchet, only black women. I think, you know why I think that really is because we do more ratchet stuff and more often and at the wrong times. And most of the time, the ratchet women don't look good doing it. I think that's what it is. I think it's like all of that combined on top of each other in a big sandwich. So you first of all, you got ratchet women doing inappropriate things that don't look good at an inappropriate time. So that's four things that's making it bad. Then you have, you know, the stereotype around it, which makes it even worse. So that's why I think that's why that is. And it's not a competition. It's not a competition who's going to be called out to be most ratchet. It's this, why are you doing it? There shouldn't be, well, this person is not going to get called out for it. Well, why, how about nobody just do it at all? How about no one do it at all and just stop? So you don't have to compare. You don't even have to, see who's getting treated worse or better for being ratchet. How about just stop being ratchet? Okay. You actually would not even be in a restaurant like that in the first place. Yeah, I definitely can see why people won't return. They might as well twerk on the fans only and make money. They won't make no money. you know, and it's always the women that no one wants to see twerking that be on there twerking, like in inappropriate times and places. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's gonna be funny, right? To see all the people that are gonna make videos about that. And the thing is, I think leveling up and teaching women to do better and be better and value themselves better will impact this whole situation because those pickmieshas or anyone who thought that it was okay to do that, they're going to get a rude awakening when they see a lot of the videos that are coming out telling women that that is not right, that is not inappropriate, y'all need to do better, please stop doing that, you're making everybody look bad, level up, A, B, C, and D. You said twerk for deeds. That's right. You never learned to twerk, don't want to learn to twerk. Thanks for the video. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You don't need to learn how to twerk, baby. You right. No need to learn. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's a road to nowhere unless you're a stripper. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. You say you don't know how to twerk either. Okay. Mm-hmm. And It's because being ratchet is popular nowadays with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. No, those are entertainers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they do. That's their entertainment. They both started off in the adult industry. You know what I'm saying? So that's where they come from. That's their entertainment value. But not everyone is Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, and they don't need to be on a table twerking, and they're not in the entertainment industry, and nobody paid to come see them twerk on the table. So that's why I'm saying, it is popular, but you're not them. Those, pickmieshas are not them, and it's just they need to leave that at the house. And they do get paid for it, right? And making millions, right? So we don't need to say, oh, because it's popular. Yeah, there's other stuff that's popular too, but we're not doing it. Thank you, Susanna. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. So we didn't say it was what? Women been twerking since Africa is part of our culture, LOL. Yeah, that's a bad excuse because I don't see women twerking in Africa on the table in a restaurant, though. They would even say that was inappropriate. You said poor patrons just trying to eat their shrimp and linguine in peace. A whole heap of butter faces. What? If it didn't, what? These are going too quick. Hold on. She says, no, it's not. I'm African. Y'all stop blaming twerking on Africa, okay? Ugh. Blame it on the ratchet people that decided to go and twerk in an inappropriate time and place. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. It's Mother No Shade. Appreciate that. Where was... Yeah, y'all stop talking... Look, y'all stop talking about twerking came from Africa. Because obviously people are saying this is not what it is. To say, oh no, that I'm from Africa, and that is not our culture. So you see, stop. They're probably looking at y'all, shaking their head. The Pickmieshas, I mean. This is a case-by-case scenario. He says it came from Jamaica, right? Okay. So no more twerking on tables, Pickmiesha. Learn y'all lessons. They're gonna have to start putting signs up. No twerking allowed because of this. And that's going to be embarrassing when you walk up to any place and you see one of those little signs with the cross out through it, no bonnets and no twerking. You already know who been there first. Pickmiesha. Okay. Okay. So Pickmiesha been there first and left her mark. That's why now there's no bonnets or twerking allowed. Pickmiesha strikes again. Twerking did come from Atlanta. Someone says attention seekers. Yes, Pickmieshas. So I don't know if the video shows their faces or shows the women who were doing the twerking, because I only found a video where the guy was talking about them or to them in the restaurant. But I'm sure they'll surface somewhere in the near future, or if it's going around. So, and here's the thing. You know what I really wish? I wish twerking would just go away. And being a business owner would be more popular. Would you decode sprinkle sprinkle? Girl, that's the wrong channel. But thank you for that wonderful donation. You said you feel sorry for the owner. Thanks you for all you do. Thank you, sprinkle sprinkle. He spoke to 3 tables of women and went up to speak to them all 3 times. Oh, okay. Most of them are super young, right? So yeah, that's what I wish. I wish instead of learning how to twerk, they would spend time learning how to get paid. Because if you think about it, the world will be a better place. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just spend more time with him and he'll be all right. What was her name? Susanna. Spend more time with him. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Congrats. Can the owner get bailout money due to twerking? I don't know. He might be able to get some compensation. Yes, because I see too many people learning how to twerk and not enough people learning how to get paid. My children will know how to run an online business before they will ever learn how to twerk. Thank you, Darrell. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The first time I seen twerking was in Oakton. Video. Juicy got you crazy. Okay, this is some history for you. Thank you, Darrell. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He know the exact time and video. Okay. So, yeah, my kids will know how to, have an online business before they will ever learn how to twerk. Because I feel that it's more important and it's going to actually help them out in life and actually going to get them somewhere and actually going to help them become who they're supposed to be and not stereotyped as a pickmiesha or someone who has to twerk on everything. So, You said Luke. Yeah. Right. We got to, and I know there's a lot of women out there who are teaching their kids to twerk or their kids are learning how to twerk from TV or whatever, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever. But I think it's up to the parents to try to tell them that they shouldn't be doing that, especially if they're young. Let's say, you can't twerk. You need to do something better. Okay, you got to do something better, or don't, Thank you, Decade Spawn. I handle myself very well with solo TV. Well, I've dealt with crazy people before, so I guess that's probably why I could do that. Right. The first time should have been the last time. What? I can still. Okay, so I have a question. Okay, so Does anyone think that Pickmiesha is ruining it for everybody? And what should be done? You say you are very attractive. You have been through hell due to these women. Shira needs to step up her level up cosmetics for them so they can stop all this twerking. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's gonna help. I think, to me, it's like people are followers and they just follow, and then if the trend gets them attention, and you add that to a Pickmiesha, it's just going to go from there. So if you're a follower already and you a Pickmiesha, and you combine that in a restaurant full of people, you're going to get some ratchet behavior. You're going to get some attention seeking behavior. You're going to get some ratchet attention seeking behavior because it's Pickmiesha. What do you expect? So in order to stop getting ratchet Pickmiesha behavior, it has to stop being promoted, even if it's to laugh at them. You know what I mean? Even if it's to laugh at them, or even if it's to show how ratchet they are, it's just, they don't even care at this point, as long as they're being acknowledged, because acknowledgement is what they live for. Because they don't feel acknowledged in any place else. So they have to try to seek attention any type of way, even if it's a bad way. So just make sure that you just don't pay attention to it anymore, and just, you're like, oh, that's just Pickmiesha being Pickmiesha. Mm-hmm. So Pickmiesha is helping to level up. Yeah, because the more ratchet these ladies behave, the classier the level up ladies will look. So it kind of works in your favor a bit, but then it also works against anyone else that's, kind of in between, that, or may not even know about anything yet. They're just going to be labeled that automatically because they're just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And so that's very dangerous, because people are going to automatically assume that someone is this way just by looking at them, because they look similar to what Pickmiesha look like. And that's not right. That's why I always say, just, stop allowing certain, it's sad that you can't even play music in a restaurant. You got to play some boring jazz music because the Pickmiesha's out there. Okay. Ratchet Pickmiesha is out there waiting on whatever song to come on, and then she's out of control. So it's sad, but it is what it is. Just separate yourself from that and go somewhere where that could never happen. Yeah, exactly. This is why I say, work, when people ask me, where can I meet, men of means, or you need to go to the nice side of town where the wealth is and hang out over there. You will not see anybody twerking. You will not see anybody on a table twerking. You will not see the restaurant owner come out to ask people to stop twerking. You will not see any of that. Promise you. Why? Because they know better over there. And most people that frequent those type of places wouldn't do such things. And they have self-respect. Okay. You said what? Valet parking equals no Pickmiesha. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Or no dusties either. Mm-hmm. This no twerking. Right. Make sure it's not too high for the dusty and our poor pick-me. I always say make sure, like wherever you go, make sure the drinks are $20 and up. You won't see nothing dusty or you know, no pickmiesha in there. Some people can't control their liquor. Well, if this was a different restaurant, they would have called the police for public intoxication. You know what I'm saying? If this was a different restaurant, y'all know what I mean? The police would have been called for public intoxication. So even though people may disagree with how he handled that, did he call the police? You said except in Vegas. Well, I don't think that was Vegas, though. That was what, Dallas? Somebody said. Disturbing the peace. They would have bypassed taking her directly, just called the cops, right? Public indecency. You said the Four Seasons got police on staff undercover. Okay. You can't be drunk in public. Okay. He did right. He did call the cops. Ooh, he did. I didn't see that part. Well, I think he was in his rights. Sad to say, but he was in his rights to call the cops. You said Las Vegas won't accept Pickmiesha. Twerk music does not mean twerk. So church music, you gonna start shouting? Exactly. Come on. All right. Getting arrested for twerking. Ooh, yes. That's gonna be a book. I got arrested for twerking. It's on Amazon next month. He said that's his bag. He was not about to play with them. No, he wasn't. I wasn't about to play with them either. If I owned a restaurant, same thing. Or I would have had a sign already. No twerking, no pickmieshas. So I bet she'll never do that again. Hopefully not. We have the power to change everything. That's true. He's just going to stop playing that music. I can already tell. Just put on some jazz and attract the bougie people. Get your money. That's what I do. I just skip the whole thing. Look, jazz only. Y'all don't like it? Bye. It's sad, no self-control. Yep. And if pickmieshas understand that people see them in a certain way, maybe they'll change for the better. Hopefully. You said play some John Coltrane. Yep. That's all that's going to be playing from now on, jazz, because Pickmiesha ruined it for everyone once again. Once again, Pickmiesha ruins it for everyone. She's like that person that gets in trouble and then the whole team has to suffer. Like the whole team got to run laps because Pickmiesha done messed up. Right. He said it was a ghetto place and not on the table next to it. It's the same thing. And maybe he didn't think it was ghetto. And someone said it wasn't ghetto. It was downtown Dallas, a Black-owned establishment. He wanted to make a place for Black people to go, but they made it ghetto by twerking. They made it ghetto by twerking. Maybe he did. Do you think he designed his restaurant to be ghetto? I'm going to make a ghetto restaurant and put it in downtown Dallas. No, I don't think so. That's probably why he called the cops and he was so mad, because people are making it ghetto. Okay, Katie says she's been there several times and it's not ghetto. See? There you go. You said Pickmiesha makes you look better by comparison. She sure does. Just don't allow people to confuse you with her. That's why you always have to have high standards and a snooty look, because they will think you're a Pickmiesha. I promise you. That's why you got to act so extra. You know, women wouldn't have to act so uppity and snooty if Pickmiesha wasn't around here, because we have to differentiate ourselves from them. Thank you, Maya. Do you still do manifestation videos? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I might in the future, but no, I try to stick to the topic at hand and, you know, talk about what's going on right now. I think those videos are still up there. You guys can go check them out, and I might do more in the future. But thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. He's making ghetto throw your butt in a circle. Come on now, and that's the worst wretched song. Maybe he had a playlist. Maybe if he had a DJ, you know, he just put some music on. He did. I mean, I wouldn't expect people to get up and start twerking, but I guess he didn't put that. He didn't think about that. You're right. He should have thought about that better, but still. One of the girls was big girl pushing on glass to twerk, and that's dangerous. Okay. Yeah, that was a lot of danger. That glass could have broken. She could have fell and sued, you know. A lot of stuff could happen. You know, that's an establishment where a lot of people could sue. What if somebody was eating and they just saw somebody started twerking and, you know, couldn't believe what they were seeing and they started choking, and they could have sued the restaurant for causing that person to choke because some lady is twerking. Or what if that table would have broke and a piece of glass would have popped up and hit someone in the eye? You know, liability, exactly. So it's dangerous. It's you know, it's ratchet, and it shouldn't have ever been done. They could go in the bathroom and twerk in the bathroom behind closed doors in the mirror if they really love that song, or go outside or something in the parking lot by their car or whatever. But they shouldn't have done that. He tried to make it comfortable for everyone, and they took it out of line. Right. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. They call you bougie and snooty all the time, and I love it. That's right. At least they're not calling you Pickmiesha, though, right? I'd rather be called bougie, snooty, arrogant, as long as you don't say ratchet Pickmiesha. Anything is better than that. So, you said twerking is not a hazard. It is if you break a table, or if somebody's not expecting you to be twerking and they start choking on it, on whatever they're eating, because you surprised them. Shoot, you know how many people trying to sue other people for no reason at all? And if they just have one reason, they'll find it. So he's protecting himself, and that's understandable. Like I'm saying, I'd do the same thing if it were my restaurant. If that was a woman's restaurant and a woman had to get out there and say that, it'd been even worse, because she would have been like, ladies, y'all know better than this. You know, if that was a woman making the same speech, people would be applauding her as well, and even more, because she's trying to teach them something. A lot of bougie women need a little more empathy, though. They play jazz music or smooth R&B. They don't play juvenile and the baby songs. Okay. Right. So you hopped onto a glass table when I was a youngin' and still have a couple of scars to this day. Oh, see, it's dangerous. Glad women are speaking out to bring balance. You know, the sisterhood. Yeah. The sisterhood, there's two, you know how they have like, and I've never been in a sorority or anything, but you know how they have different sororities? Well, that's the Pickmiesha sorority, and this is the bougie sorority. Okay. We all still sisters in the sisterhood, but that's a different sorority, baby. That's a whole different sorority that's not even on the same level. And you know, when you get out into the real world, there's no sororities. They're just women. And then they categorize you into the different races of women and then the different classes of women. So we're now speaking of the different classes of women and the different races of women, because depending on how you act, how you carry yourself, your manners, and what you deem appropriate or inappropriate puts you in your own class. And they put themselves in a class that is very low because that's how they act. So we're just trying to understand and talk about how low class behavior is going to start being called out, especially if it's inappropriate. Mm-hmm. They weren't afraid of falling. Those were not women who, well, who knows? All right. I might take one person to, if they want to talk about this. Who's intelligent? Who's not going to ramble? Who's who's smart enough to talk on here without rambling? I'll just say that. Who has their confidence up? Who's not going to be nervous to speak on here for a few minutes? Because you know how some people get, they get nervous. You said somebody said who's not on meth. Who ain't smoking weed? If you smoking weed, don't even call, because I don't want that on here. Okay. Let me see. You said disclaimer. You said I don't do drugs. Okay, so to talk about the topic that we're speaking on, you know better, do better. I would love to see all my sisters, all shades, come together and support and uplift one another and do better. Yes. I'd love to see a twerk rehab where people go to learn how to stop twerking, and they'll play music all day long and you can't twerk. A twerk rehab would be perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay. You pro private twerking? A twerkvention? Twerk rehab? Shock therapy? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna let's take one caller. Hold on. I'm gonna put the call thing up here for 2 seconds. And then I'm going to take the first caller. All right. I'm taking it down in 2 seconds. 5. Actually, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, let's take a caller. I guess when y'all start calling in, we will have a caller. Is it on? Okay. Sorry, y'all. Hi.
Hello?
Hello. Who's calling?
Hi, is it Sheila?
Yeah, y'all. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Turn your thing down and y'all stop calling. That was the caller. We got a caller, so y'all can stop calling. Thank you.
Take it easy for a minute.
Yeah. Stop calling. Thank you. So, what did you want to say about this? Like, what is your opinion on the ladies twerking?
I mean, it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It's just embarrassing. And then the worst part of it is when they have the children twerk. And I just wanted to bring that up. I've seen some of these where there's like little children doing this dance, and it's not appropriate.
It's not appropriate, and I think that this whole thing being called out is kind of like, since it's gone viral, I think people are going to start, censoring themselves more when they're out and about.
Exactly. It made no sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
And like we talked about earlier, it's just so dangerous. This girl's on glass. I mean, we just have to have more sense in the things that we do, ladies. I just want to say one thing. All of us, we all different kind of people. And we need all different kinds of people to make this a world better,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like the feeling of the richer, bougie people, and then the other types are fight, and they're fighting against each other.
Mm-hmm.
This does not make sense. We should not be fighting rich against poor Black people, but we all have to get together, stop the twerking for a minute, and realize that we're stronger together than apart. That's all I basically want to say. And I also wanted to say, Shira, I love you.
Thank you.
I just love you so much, and I can't wait to really get that success that you deserve.
I appreciate that, and thank you for calling in and letting us know what you think. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Bye, ladies.
Bye. So, yeah. So she says we should stop fighting against us, like, class against class. And that's true. I wish we didn't have to do that. But at some time you have to separate yourself so that you can stay where you are. Because I do agree that we shouldn't do that. But at the same time, if we don't, we'll get dragged back down in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like survival mode when you have to separate yourself from a certain class, because you'll get stereotyped back into that class and your opportunities will dry up. So that's why I feel that separating, not necessarily fighting against or going against, but just separating. So, okay, does anyone else want to call in and give their opinion? I'll put the banner back up for a few seconds and y'all call that number. This is not my real phone number, so it's just for this thing. So don't call unless I'm asking you to call right now. That way you don't get the whatever this Google Voice thing voicemail is, because I don't check it anyway. Okay, so now we got a caller. Hello. Hello, how are you? What's your name?
Hey, Shira, this is Beloved.
Hey, Beloved. Hey, Sprinkle.
Hey, Sprinkle, everyone. So I didn't watch the videos outside of you sharing it on here, but I am fed up with the twerking. It's like, from all classes, I know they showing Pickmieshas on the video, but I didn't call other people from every race doing it. And it's just not appropriate. It's not a cute look. And like you said, entertainers do that.
Right.
And people don't understand the difference. People are getting paid to do that. If you've seen some of these women in real life, they're not walking down the street in public doing it. And so it's just, people need to understand the difference. Just because you see it on TV, Doesn't mean you necessarily have to do it in real life. They go from clothes, dancing, anything that's ratchet. But it sort of hurts my feelings because I'm African American. But just to be stereotyped because of what other people that look like me is doing, it's offensive.
Yeah, it is, because, especially if you have kids, if you have children and they're out at school or wherever, trying to just do what normal people do, and somebody, says, hey, you over there, can you twerk? Or do you twerk? Let me see you twerk, because they saw some ratchet chick online twerking, or they saw some ratchet chick in the restaurant twerking on a table or near a table. They think everyone that fits that stereotype of how that person looks is a twerker. And that's just not fair, because I wouldn't want somebody, thinking that of my children just because Pickmiesha's over there, being inappropriate. And that's why I have to, really separate my children from even thinking that way and thinking that's okay, because it's not.
Exactly. And I don't have any kids, but I want them. But how society and everything is going now, it's just like, I don't know, like, it's just really risky trying to bring or raise a child now in society, because it's just like, is this what my baby has to be welcome to? I don't know. I really don't.
Mm-hmm. And that's how people are going to view them, whether they are that or not, just because Pickmiesha over there. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, did you want to say anything else?
No, I didn't want to say anything. I watched you. I know you know I'm always on your videos for the past 2 or 3 years, so I just want to say thank you for all that you've done. You've helped me tremendously, and just continue on your journey of success.
Thank you, and thank you for watching me for so long. I appreciate you.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. So she agrees. No twerking. Okay. Sprinkle. This stimulus package is on Trump's desk for his signature. Okay. Oh, we got one more caller. Let's see who this is. Did I hang up on him? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Who's calling?
Hi. Is this Shara?
Yes.
Hi. Okay, there's a bit of delay, but hi. I don't want to give my real name for obvious reasons, but yeah. I've been listening to you for many, many years. You've influenced my dating life a lot in many positive ways and also in some negative ways from just kind of going after men for the wrong reason. And I'm not just calling to like give accolades or anything. I have a question now sort of about my current dating life.
Okay, well, we're only taking questions about the topic. So we're just taking questions on the topic, but you can ask it in the comments, like when we're talking about that.
Okay, that's fair enough. But if that's the case, can I just say something really shortly? I'll try to keep it like under 20 seconds.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's just kind of like I watched you since I was quite young, and I will say that you've had like a really big influence on my dating life and how I deal with men. For the most part, it's been really positive, but I feel like certain aspects of what you say is like a bit toxic to some young girls, and like, I don't know, it's like teetering on a fine line, and especially with Nikki Fox, even people that are like quite young, she always is saying that like they're old and how they should hurry and have children and stuff like that. And I think maybe in her case, because she feels like she wants people to end up in the same situation as her single mom. But anyways, I just feel like there's like a fine line to some of the stuff that you say, but for the most part, it's like 95% positive.
Yeah, there's always a fine line in everything, but that's where you come in and start thinking for yourself. And, you don't have to follow every single thing someone says. We have our own brain. We just give advice and try to help people to get to a place where they should be instead of where they don't want to be. But I do appreciate you calling and letting us know that. But we're still going to do what we're going to do, because that's what helps, like you said, 95% of the people. So, People could.
You're really, no, I don't. I'm not trying to be negative or anything. You're really helpful to girls.
I know, and thank you for calling. But you could. Everyone's toxic in their own way at some time. It's just up to the individual to take that information and make it work for them. It's not something that is told that you must do. It's just a suggestion. So if it's toxic, then leave that part out when you go into your dating, and don't take that part with you.
Okay, that's really fair. Anyways, Thanks. Have a great night. Take care.
Okay, you too. Thank you. Bye. So, I never said that. I never tell people I'm a role model. I just suggest things to keep you from twerking on tables or being that type of chick. So hold. And y'all, if I take calls, please stay on topic, because this is going to make me not take calls no more. So the topic was not that, but it was something else. We were talking about Pickmiesha twerking everywhere. Okay, if you're not talking about Pickmiesha, hang up.
Call from.
Hello. Hi, what's your name?
Samantha.
Hi. Okay, turn it down a little bit because it's an echo. Thank you. Okay, so what do you think about the twerking Pickmieshas?
I think it's absolutely devastating for young African American women to basically have that over their head when they have to deal with living in society that's young lady of color.
Mm-hmm.
So just want to say I'm a 50-year-old woman. I do have a daughter. And I did have family members who were very toxic, and still are, excuse me. And they basically shunned me because they thought I was raising my daughters to be better than them and to be bougie, wherever that is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, the whole twerking phenomenon, my daughter does not know how to twerk. She never did. I never allowed her around my family members that, kind of engage in that type of behavior. Excuse me. She's 16 now, and she still doesn't know how to twerk or dance. So, yeah. So I just wanted to say, yeah, it's very toxic for young Black girls coming up.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to actually navigate society they live in as we speak, let alone to have their own family members and, African American people to put that on for their head that they're not being pro-Black or Black enough.
Yeah.
So they don't twerk.
I agree with that. It's just, you want your daughter to grow up different with different set of priorities and to focus on other things and not be focused on something else that's not beneficial towards, her future. So I totally agree with you. That's how I raise my children. And luckily in my family, no one's raising their kids to twerk. So I didn't have to deal with that. But if they were, then I would have, I wouldn't have cared as long as my children were, not going to be participating in that either. So I do agree with that. And I don't think twerking is quote unquote, pro-Black. I think it's pro-ratchet. And
Absolutely.
There's a difference. So, thank you. Anything you want to add?
I'm sorry. I just want to tell you are instrumental in my marriage. I've been married for 4 years. I actually ran into you online. Just happened to be surfing YouTube. Ran into you. I'm like, oh my God, she is so on point. You helped me during my whole, dating process, dating.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm happily married to a well-to-do man for 4 years now.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Right. Bye-bye. Okay, so the lady who just called, she's 50. She said she does not raise her daughters to work. And, she watched my channel. And now she's happily married to a businessman. So, people do want to live and, improve their lives. And it's not twerking's fault. It's not the dance's fault. It's the people who choose to do those dances at the wrong time in the wrong place, right? But at the same time, you already know that if you teach something to a child, because I saw Tanya's comment and I was trying to highlight it, but it's lost in the sauce. But I did see your comment. Okay, here goes. Tanya is saying, is anything wrong with twerking or just twerking on tables at restaurants? There's nothing wrong if the people that are doing the twerking, know when it's appropriate and when it's not appropriate. But children, they're very influential. I mean, they're very, easily influenced, I should say. So if they learn to twerk and they see people twerking everywhere on TikTok and on social media and on TV, they're going to end up like Pickmiesha, not knowing that it's not appropriate for certain places. So kids are very, easily influenced. So I would not teach them to twerk. They can learn on their own and get grown. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. Yes. What's your name?
Marissa.
Okay. So what do you have to say about the twerking Pickmieshas?
Okay. So first off, I'm 23, so I grew up being on the internet and stuff like that. And, when I was in high school, I was around the age of when people started twerking online and things.
Okay.
And even when I was a teen, I wasn't super into it. And when I would go to like twerk parties where it's appropriate to twerk, I still wouldn't be the one bending over. You know how the songs go, bending over, do whatever we're supposed to do or whatever.
They got twerk parties?
Yeah, they have twerk parties designated just for that. The girls wear booty shorts and shirts, and then the guys they call it ride, where basically you're dancing on a guy. So you're twerking on a guy, that's a ride. Okay,
well, my kids won't be going to no twerk parties either.
Yeah. But like you had already said, there's a time and a place for everything, and I do notice people overdo it with twerking. Like, I don't know. Like, even if the most lit twerk song comes on, like, I'm not bending over and doing nothing crazy. Like, you move your body a little bit, like, yeah, because it's lit. But yeah, I believe in lady in the street. And then you could be a freak in the sheet, or you could do whatever you want behind closed doors. Like you said, they could have ran to the bathroom, took a little snack, and then went back to their seats or something. But it was kind of extreme. And I seen the way that people reacted on Twitter, because this is where the story had first broke out about the restaurant, and everybody was defending them because of the alcohol. The only time I act crazy with alcohol is if I'm drunk. The only time I'm drunk is if I'm at the club. Like, there's a time and a place, But I think that's all I had to say.
That's right. And I think people are like, trying to defend the twerk. It's fine. Twerk at home, I guess, at twerk parties, but not at a restaurant. Right.
Right.
Okay, well, thank you for calling in. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I've been watching you for a minute. Go Sprinkle.
Oh, thank you. Bye. Okay, so let me turn this phone stuff off now. No more calls. Okay, I'll turn it back on later if I need to call. But thank you, everybody who called in and shared the opinion. I think people have their own opinions about the twerk, but we know it's not appropriate at certain places. And Pickmiesha is just not, making herself look bad. She's making everyone else look bad out there twerking in a restaurant. So, and I'm calling her Pickmiesha is because the reason I'm calling her Pickmiesha is because a lot of times this is just for attention, and that's why. No other reason, not because, you feel like, the food was so good, you got to twerk or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. So, and a lot of the comments in here towards, Tanya or someone else, it's not appropriate either, you know, because it's not appropriate either. It shows low class as well. So don't forget that. Low class. You don't just go and just tell people something that they didn't ask you anything. That's your opinion, and that's your opinion only, because I think that it's very low class to just try to tear people down for no reason because somebody did it to you. If the person did not do anything to you whatsoever and you're reaching out to tear someone down, that's a form of what a lot of ladies who go through level up go through with Pickmiesha. They're always asking, well, when I go to work or when I'm around my friends, they're always trying to tear me down and saying comments to me and saying things like this and that. Well, a lot of you guys on the comments are doing the same thing and don't even realize it. So when you don't realize something, you become it. Okay, so try to also remember that being classy also means having manners. Now, if someone comes to attack you, of course, you're going to defend yourself. But if no one's attacking you, then what are you doing? Okay? Right. So I will apologize on your behalf to Tanya or whoever else y'all be offended. So I'll apologize on her behalf because, I don't know. If y'all don't understand that that's low class, then I just told y'all. There you go. No wigs, no lace front, no earrings, no pants, no makeup. What? I can't even read all of that. Let me go back over here. We're talking about somebody's wardrobe. Yeah. Sometimes people just need to understand that you don't have to say everything or tear people down just because you don't agree with them. Thank you. But at the end of the day, everybody should just look at themselves and just work on themselves and stop worrying about, other people unless they ask you your opinion. Don't come for someone they will not come for you. Yeah, I don't understand coming for people that didn't come for you or send for you. But we know a lot of people are trolls on my channel, natural trolls that even troll me. So we understand. They just need somebody to troll for that evening, I guess. So, thank you. Hit that like button, y'all. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. So, I guess we talked about this long enough. But at the end of the video, someone said he called the police on those ladies for twerking or something. Is that true? Did they call the police? Did they call the popo? I am so like, I'm so sad that they even have a thing called twerk parties. That sounds, especially in high school. My good, I know that's like, every generation does something crazy, but twerk parties. Okay, maybe. I love when She Was Sweet Pie Seaside comes out. Aw. So you said they sound very degrading. You couldn't pay me to go to no twerk party, even if I was young. It's like, I'm too classy for that. Okay. Yeah. Too bougie for that. Y'all go ahead. The reason I say that is because people grow up and they do certain things. They go, they think certain things are fun or appropriate. They grow up and then, either they become aware of themselves and how it wasn't appropriate and they change, or they continue on that path. And I think a lot of people have continued on that path from high school and never grew up as adults and, distinguished themselves apart from what high school students are still doing, And I feel that if they don't do that, they'll be treated on that same level, as someone with that same amount of intelligence. So that's why I'm like, why are y'all still acting like y'all in high school? And they might be young, but it's time to grow up, time to get, smarter and stop doing certain things and making yourself look a certain way. And you want to be taken seriously, to be treated right, then you have to also do that with yourself. You have to take yourself seriously, treat yourself right, be appropriate, and do things like that. And don't get upset when other people don't treat you, like you're important or that you matter when you're sitting around doing the same thing to yourself, and that's the part that a lot of people don't understand. That's why a lot of people ask me to respond to videos and things like that. And I don't, because my opinions are going to make a lot of people mad because I don't agree with a lot of things that people agree with, because I understand that people have to grow up and stop making excuses for being ratchet or stop making excuses for being low class or inappropriate or whatever. Now, like I said, you can do that in your house. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't go out in public and then try to justify it. If you can't control yourself based on music playing, don't get mad. Oh, they're so silly. But I don't like, even when I used to drink alcohol, I still would never allow myself to become inappropriate in public to that degree. You know what I'm saying? I just go to sleep if I have to, or, lay it down somewhere. But I'm not getting ready to get up and start twerking and acting a fool, even if I'm drinking. There's people have control. Drink at home, exactly. You said Pickmiesha's at twerk parties wearing bonnets and booty shorts collecting what? Collecting what? All the dust. I know they. Your mom says, don't go out there and embarrass me. We all know what that meant. That's right. You saw some things at a twerk party. I treated it as an anthropological study. Of ratchet behavior, right? Mm-hmm. Got to make special laws for Pickmiesha to follow. Exactly. There's going to be some new laws just because of Pickmiesha. Pickmiesha and made the government have to put in new laws, and the state and all that. Like I said, y'all couldn't pay me to go to no twerk party. I'm sorry. Not even just to look, okay? You said on the good side of town, there are no twerk parties. I bet you there's not. So to wear those see-through leggings that show their underwear. Oh my gosh. So anyway, you said I was standing at the door charging fees. Yep, that would be me. I wouldn't go in though. You're right. If I have to go, that's what I'll be doing. On the outside, collecting the money. Right? You've never been to a twerk party, but I've been to parties where girls giving lap dances. Ooh. You know, I hope y'all are young, and you know, y'all supposed to make mistakes and do stupid stuff when you're young. That's great. But when it starts to follow you into your, you know, mid-adulthood or, you know, your adulthood and places that it's not appropriate, that's when it becomes a problem, I guess. Right. Pickmiesha starter kit. Y'all are so silly. So honestly, I hope if there's any Pickmieshas in here that are listening or that might find this video in the future, please refrain from inappropriate behavior and try to do better. Thank you. You have to represent, and that's not representing. Okay. Is belly dancing acceptable at a restaurant? If the restaurant hire you to come in and belly dance for the constituents, then yes. But if they didn't, please don't do it. Okay, the topic. I know a lot of y'all are coming in late, but the topic was we're talking about a video about this guy getting upset because some ratchet pickmieshas were twerking in his restaurant. Okay. Because of you, I left my narcissistic boyfriend and I lied and made up some story at the drop of a hat to get $9,000 from him, and it worked. Couldn't believe it. Thank you for everything. Girl, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for that nice donation. So I guess, you know, it worked. Get your money, girl. There is a time and place for everything. But, you know, just don't pass that down to the children. Hopefully twerking will be gone in at least by 2022. And hopefully it'll just be something of the past. Or not as popular, you know what I mean? So now, okay, let's hear from a guy what he think about the twerk, the ratchet Pickmiesha's twerking. Okay, I want a guy to call in. Hold on, let me bring a man. Don't call in if you're a woman. I'm only taking a guy call because I want their opinion at this time. Hold on, let me bring it back up. So if you are a man, get ready to get the call-in number. Hold on a second. And we will. So if there's any guys in here, y'all call this number real quick so that we can hear your opinion. I'm giving the guys a chance to talk, so come on. Y'all better come on. Gentlemen. All right. So, did y'all get a chance to get it? We need a man to call in to give their opinion. Okay, so we'll wait. Yep, we'll have to wait a little longer because, you know, they might be shy to call. Okay, no guys want to call? Okay. Fine then. Shoot. Oh, here comes the guy. Hopefully.
Call from.
Okay. Hello?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Who's calling? Thank you for calling.
This is Harrison.
Okay, so what do you think about the twerking pickmieshas?
It's kind of ratchet, but like, I'm so nervous. This is the first time calling. It's not like it's like low class. I really don't like it. But like, it depends. Like, if you're trying to make money or something, like there's like a time and place for that, you know.
So, like at the strip club, it's okay. At the club, it's okay, but not at the restaurant, right?
No.
And what if that was your restaurant? What would you have done?
No.
Would you have done the same thing?
I want to attract rich people, not broke people.
Right. So you're saying ratchets twerking in the restaurant is most likely going to be someone broke?
Or like some like low class area, yeah. Unless it's like a strip club.
Yeah, unless it's a strip. What if? Okay, so as a man, what do you think about twerking in general? Like, do you think it should stay around, or do you think it should go away and something new should come out, or more classy should come out, or do you think it makes women look bad, especially women who twerk everywhere for every occasion?
Well, it's not like it's really low class, but it's really not going nowhere.
So you like it? Just say you like
it. Yeah.
Okay, so men like it, and that's why Pickmiesha thought it was okay to twerk at the restaurant in public because y'all like it.
Basically.
Okay, that's why we're calling her Pickmiesha. So So how would you feel if somebody did that in front of your like grandparents or your mom or somebody at the restaurant? Would you be offended?
Well, mom will probably roll her eyes and be like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah. Okay. Did you want to add anything?
I just want to say that I watch both your channels, and like I channel like some of the advice you give to girls. I like use it to like sort like not like a woman, but like different aspects, and it really like changed my life. Like I've been working on tennis. I've been getting better with school. I'm starting an online business.
That's wonderful.
So everything's working out.
Well, that's good. Keep it up, and congratulations from you. Won't grow up dusty, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, bye.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so he said he liked twerking, but he said not at the restaurant. He definitely wouldn't allow it if he owned that restaurant. So there's a man's perspective. Yeah, he was nice. So thank you for calling in. I think a lot of people don't realize that if the guys do like it and you're looking for so much attention from men that you do this type of thing in public, that really deems you as, a super level 10 Pickmiesha, especially when no one else, is twerking and you decide, this is the time and the place, even though it's not. Right. So degrade self, right? So yeah, women twerk to get men's attention, right? Or maybe, I think if the woman was pretty and leveled up enough, she wouldn't have to twerk to get men's attention. If she took care of herself, she wouldn't have to twerk to get the man's attention, because unless she's looking for a man to just sleep with her and not take her seriously, then twerking might be right for her, but it's not right if you want it to be taken seriously.
Call from.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Who's calling?
This is Sean from Chicago.
Okay. Hi. Did you want to give your?
Doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm very good this evening. Just wanted to give my input from a male perspective.
Okay, go ahead. What do you think about Pickmiesha twerking in the restaurant?
There's a time and a place for everything. So if I'm in a 5-star restaurant, especially with family and friends, we're enjoying each other's company, and we see some type of behavior such as twerking going on, even if a song is playing, that's completely unacceptable.
It is.
Completely unacceptable. And to the point where, let's say with all the protests going on and whatnot, people are protesting for, an unarmed murder of an innocent civilian. People want to protest, but at the same time, now they want to start diverting the attention by not only twerking, but dancing. And now the focus is based on twerking and seeing how someone twerks versus someone protesting. Or, if I could take it a step further, people twerking during the win of President-elect Biden. Celebrating that you want to twerk.
Yeah, there was somebody twerking on a stop sign during that
Exactly.
Biden.
I mean, any opportunity, it's not, let's live for every day. Live for every day and twerk. I mean, is 2020 the year of twerking? I mean, come on. Are we going to bring this nonsense to 2021?
I don't want to bring
paradigm shift.
Yeah, I don't want to bring it to 2021, but I think people are going to bring it because that's the only thing they have,
That's the only thing they have, and that's what's projected through society.
I know.
Turn on Instagram. You see it on the television. I mean, people talk about it. I mean, come on.
I know.
If I could be just for a second, I think there was a ruler in China, and he told all the artists, designers, whatever, for the next 25 years, I don't want to see nothing but positive stuff from you. If it's positive music, positive painting, positive songs, whatever. And you see exactly where China is at right now.
Yeah.
All they had to do was 25 years. So today, with being, winter solstice and Saturn and Jupiter aligned, that's like the transformation of power. So maybe, just possibly, with your broadcast and other sisters such as yourself, we can begin to do this paradigm shift of substituting something other than twerking.
I know, like working on your own business or something.
Exactly. Focus on this generational wealth. I mean, we can twerk, we can do anything. Let's see, can we expand? Let's not just do the same stagnation activity and by twerking. I mean, come on.
Right. Any fool can twerk. I agree, and I feel that it's like you can only take one bag with you to 2021. Which bag you gonna take? The twerk bag, the owning my own business bag, the going to school bag, bettering myself bag. Who's gonna take the twerk bag?
Well, you know what? Not everyone's gonna be down for the road to Black empowerment or self-empowerment. And many shall come who are chosen, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So let the twerkers twerk, because you can tell the mentality.
Right.
Usually there's a time and place for everything. If you say twerking at a 5-star restaurant is appropriate, I mean, they're already gone. You can show them everything that you want, whatever. You play the right music, you're gonna get to twerking. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I agree, and I don't think that it's going anywhere. But sadly, we we people that don't agree with twerking everywhere, that's inappropriate. We see that, and it's our job to kind of move forward and help other people move forward to the next level and get them on the right path, because that's just going to serve as an example of what not to be. You see, okay, that's not what you become. You see that lady over there twerking, don't ever be like her. So this is why that's why they exist, because they're showing people what not to be.
If I could end with a quote from our beloved ancestor Frederick Douglass, this will be a variation of the quote.
Okay.
It's easier to build strong children,
right,
than to repair broken adults.
That's so true. That's why I focus on my kids and make sure they ain't out there doing that.
That's what every other race is doing. They're focusing on their children. The children is top priority, because the children are going to be the next to fall in line. While we teach the children are influenced by the twerk culture, death culture, everything else. Come on.
Yep, I agree. And that's why, I believe that spending time with your kids and teaching them and making sure they're growing up right is definitely a top priority. So
exactly, be engaged with them. All the activities. I mean, you have to be a child's parent. You can't be their friend. No way. That's another problem. Everyone wants to be the children's friend and do this and do that, and then when it comes to discipline, the child is looking at you like, what? And look, we can see so many videos on Worldstar Hip Hop on children getting respected by, children disrespecting parents or even grandparents, so to speak. So, yeah, we got a lot of work to do, but broadcasts such as yourself and other sisters and everything, we're going to make that paradigm shift.
Yeah, we will, and I think most people will kind of follow, as long as it's a successful paradigm shift. People will start to follow on. But thank you for calling in.
Thank you very much. I truly appreciate it, and you be blessed, and let's do more thing for 2020.
All right.
21, I'm sorry.
2021. Okay, no more 2020. All right.
Take care.
Thank you. Sprinkle. Okay. So, yep. I agree with him, and I think that's a good thing that he said about the children, because people need to focus more on making sure that the kids are coming up with the right information and the right example, and not following what we're trying to level up from. A lot of women are trying to level up from something. Let's not let our kids repeat it. Okay. So hold on, let me click on this. New comments. Okay, I guess I'll take one more and then.
Call from.
Hello.
Sure.
Hi, who's calling?
This is Jennifer.
Hi. Do you have something to say about the Twerk and Pickmieshas?
Yeah, actually, you mentioned something about kids, and them being very impressionable with the whole twerking. But, I don't know if anybody else has come across these type of videos before, but I've seen videos of, like, women hiring these people in suits. They're wearing the character, they're wearing the character costumes, and they're twerking.
Okay, for like birthday parties and stuff?
Yeah, for the birthday parties.
I've seen that on.
I just saw Mickey and Minnie, and they're both twerking, and it's like 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-old parties. I don't understand.
Well, we know the difference, and they're not doing that in the suburbs or in the areas where little Susie and Becky are growing up, but they probably requested that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but Spider-Man.
So even funny, the kids look surprised. They're waiting. They're running up to Superman, and Superman's on the ground. He's twerking too.
That's because they don't see that on the Superman movie, and they're like, okay, Superman's supposed to be a superhero and Spider-Man or whatever, but why is he over here twerking? That's not really Spider-Man, you know.
Oh, but yeah, you're right. So, that's one of the things that starts even at the younger age before hearing songs, and dancing to those music videos. It starts with birthday parties, seeing adults dancing and having fun too. So people have to watch themselves also at children's parties and being and not understanding that they are impressionable really more under 5 years old. So yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you for calling in and sharing that, because I that totally skipped my mind. But yeah, be careful who you hire to entertain your children.
Oh yeah, those entertainment parties, those clown parties, even hiring Santa Claus. It's all kind of inappropriate ways that people can sneak in little things that you're not really teaching your own children.
True. Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, Sprinkle Sprinkle.
All right, sure, girl. Sprinkle Sprinkle.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Okay. So let me turn this off for a second. Not taking no more calls. Hold on. Don't call in anymore until I say that I'm going to take another call. So let me talk about this question. So do men like their girlfriends twerking? Okay, Tanae says, do men like their girlfriends twerking when they go out to the club? How do men feel about that? It seems like attention seeking from the guy and his girlfriend. I don't know. I think, how do guys feel about their girlfriends going to the club twerking? With them or without them, I guess, or both. You said talk about how music promotes it. Yeah, music does promote it, but the music also promotes other things too. They're getting paid to promote ratchet behavior. And to make certain people look bad. When rappers sign contracts to work for certain record labels, they're getting paid to make their own women look bad most of the time. So it's part of their contract. So, they may get money, they may get paid, but at the same time, they're also getting paid to make you look bad. And that's part of the contract. So at the end of the day, you're, contributing to your own downfall. And you don't even know it, but you're going to do it dancing. Right? You're going to contribute to your own downfall dancing. And that's how it's going to happen, like without you even understanding or knowing. That's true. It's very sneaky and tricky, but in about 20 years from now, if people don't improve their thinking, imagine where the world will be. You said next time OnlyFans. If my wife want to work a job, best believe she handing me that whole check. Well, if your wife want to work a job, well, hopefully your wife won't have to work because you'll be the provider. Okay. You said you don't like the word sisters either. Something about that bothered to hear from men. There's another reason why men call women sisters, like if they're the same, race or background, they call them sisters because, they say that you're sisters and brothers because you're all related. There's a deeper reason too, but don't want to get into that on this channel. Yeah, you said twerk is magical. magically ratchet if it's done in public in an inappropriate place at the wrong time. It's magically ratchet. You said, how do I have so many businesses? You're exhausted because I work smarter, not harder. Actually, I have most of my stuff is online, so it's easy. And I'm used to it, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It says it sounds like they see Black women as their family instead of their significant other. That's true. That's why I said there's a deeper spiritual meaning, So I'll just ask you guys this. I'll try to teach you just a second, because a lot of people don't come for hear the spiritual stuff, but I'll just try to teach you about that, because most people get offended and upset and they don't even realize why. And the very religion or spirituality that they, partake in, also kind of says the same thing, but they just can't relate the two things together. So that's why, okay. So they are like your siblings, not the significant other, right? Because the world. Okay, so how many in here are Christian or believe that Jesus came to save you or whatnot? If that's what you believe, then you also believe that that's your brother. And you know what I mean? Because that person that came to save certain people did not come to save you, because you're already saved. You know what I mean? Like, there was a part in the Bible where this lady was trying to ask Jesus for help, and he says, no, I did not come for you. I came for these other people. That's what they're talking about. Okay. So if those who know, those who don't. Because the lady was similar to Jesus and how she looked. And so he said, I did not come to save you. I came for these other people, to save them, because you don't need to be saved. You're fine. You're good. So, and that's another reason why that there was war and people sent all over the world, different colors of troops and soldiers sent all over the world. Okay. Because they're trying to spread their seeds. Okay. Spread their seeds to every race. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So that's why they call your sister. Because their job is to wife every other race on the planet. So there you go. You said exes. You said twerking is high vibe. Okay, so there's different types of people, and there's different classes of people, and there's different ages of people. Now, we can't all agree that this everything at the same time. Okay, we can't agree on everything at the same time. So I'll say twerking is fun for youngsters. I'll say yes, that's fun, whatever. But when you get a certain age and you're worried about certain things in life, it's no longer this magical spiritual thing anymore. It's almost like a nuisance at some point, because Pickmieshas are taking it out in public and doing, obscene and absurd things with it. So it becomes perverted in a way. You know what I'm saying? It becomes tarnished in a way. And so that's what we're talking about. And it starts to make other people look bad and want to separate themselves from certain classes of people, because these people don't know how to control themselves in a public environment. So, that's why I'm saying, level up is all about making sure that you're leveled up to a point where you're not confused with a Pickmiesha. Okay. So if you are still walking that, that line between Pickmiesha and, leveled up, then understand that we don't want to be confused with Pickmiesha. So that's why some people are going to heavily disagree and heavily, try to separate themselves from Pickmiesha, because they don't want to be anywhere near being associated with a Pickmiesha or someone who doesn't understand how to control themselves in a public environment, because it's very low class and da 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 da. Yeah. You said don't play twerking music if you suppose. That's true, but you can't just tell people not to do something like play music. Music can be played anywhere at any time. They play music at Walmart or at Target. Do you see people? Well, I don't know about y'all Target, but they play music everywhere. That doesn't give you the green light to start twerking. So that's not really an excuse. And I think that most people, I mean, I don't mean to sound bougie, but I always do. We could guess, like if you put a room full of people, if you put a bunch of Pickmieshas in a room with a bunch of leveled up women and turned on the music, who do you think would start twerking first? I'm just asking. We know who will. Pickmiesha. So that's what, there you go. Some music are dusties and Pickmieshas had to refresh my place. How can someone throw that in a circle and not expect people to twerk? I mean, because I wouldn't twerk if somebody played that song. I sure would, and neither would my children, neither would my daughters, neither would my mother, neither would anybody in my family, neither would my niece, because that's not how we raised our kids, and that's not how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? They could play that song all they want. I'm still not going to do that. I mean, nobody's paying me to do it. Definitely wouldn't be doing it. That's just a way to get attention. It's like y'all are hypnotized by a song. It's like if a song could control you, then let me write some lyrics that say, stop twerking, get a business. If somebody wrote a song about getting a business, you gonna go start a business? No. So it's not the song, it's because you want to twerk. Exactly. So you could play, throw that thing in a circle all you want. That doesn't mean someone is going to start twerking. You can play it all you want. It doesn't mean people need to start twerking. Maybe it was on his playlist or suggested list and it just popped up. Maybe he had the music on whatever, streaming channel and it came on. That doesn't give you the green light to get up and twerk in a restaurant. I'm sorry. It just don't. I mean, it is a song about twerking, but you don't supposed to twerk. So if they have a song about sleeping with somebody, are people going to start, having sex in the middle of the restaurant? No, they're not. They're just going to say, okay, that song is about that, but I'm not going to start doing that in public. And you can't defend ratchetness. I don't know how you can't do it unless, there's no way to defend that ratchetness. What about when you hear Lil Jon get low? If I'm not in a place where or like a club or somewhere to dance, I'm not going to dance. Period. I'm not going to dance anywhere unless there's a dance floor. Okay? There's no way I'm going to do it. Right. You said his owner wants a classy restaurant. He can make sure his music tracks don't include low vibration music. Just saying. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I bet you from now on he's gonna be playing some slow, R&B or some jazz if he's smart, and start to charge at the door or something if people think it's a club. Raise them drinks up to $20 and play jazz, and his problem will be solved. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what they have to do to keep certain elements out. They're going to have to raise the price of their drinks to $20 and play different music, just to keep people away. I mean, that's sad, but that's what they're going to have to do. That raise the fees and get up out of there. Oh, no, we can't go there no more. Them drinks are $20. They won't even let us twerk in there. Can you believe that? And they don't play nothing but that jazz music. You know what? Let's go to the club. Exactly. Bye. So raise the price and you don't have to deal with the ratchet. You said, trust me, they know how to twerk to piano music, but they ain't gonna be twerking on no $20 drinks. All right. Yeah. So I just wish people would just stop twerking altogether and just throw the whole thing away with 2020. When we go into 2021, leave it in the past. It doesn't need to follow. All right. So save it for the bedroom. There you go. There you go. Only at the home. Or in the strip club, but people do it. They're young, Twerking in 200 Club Velvet in Miami. Sometimes, yeah, you got free will. You don't have to. I just wish that it would just die out because it's getting a mess. It's becoming a mess and it's becoming very ratchet. I wish people would just, I wish people would definitely all level up, but we already know that will never happen all at one time, and we will have ratchet pickmieshas. But like I said before, that's just who we don't want to be, and we have an example of what not to become or ever fall back into if we came from being that. So it just, serves as an example of what you not to be. That's all we can do with Pickmiesha for now. What about when you hear body? I still don't twerk. Like, maybe I'm just too smart, and I need, like, if I'm really gonna, have to play dumb, I might have to start twerking or something. But I think I'm just too smart to allow music to determine what I'm going to do and how I'm going to display myself in a public place. So I don't know. Right. It's really simple, but that has to be the one. Yeah. The women, as a woman, you have to value yourself more than that. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the men say they like it because, of course, it probably reminds them of sex. So if you want to be taken seriously, then why would you twerk in public in front of men you don't know? That's just telling men that you're, low class, and that you love attention, and that every man can see you twerk. Not special, not, someone that is worth taking home to mom. Hey, Percy, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hey, Sheer, I enjoyed your collab. You even clapped back at a caller. But could you please not give a troll caller that much time again? He is rude. I think you was playing with him. I love that. Thank you, Percy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you. Yeah, that dude was on my channel for so many years, and he's like obsessed with me, begging me for interviews for years to come. And so I finally just, took his call and shut him down. But thank you, Percy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You right. I should have charged him for my time. Yeah, and then you have men that were like the caller we had last night. What was the name? Solo. Then you have men like that are going to talk about you like trash after you done twerked, even if you liked it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a no-win situation. Right. It was a charity call. Exactly. I done did my charity for 2020. Thank you, Percy. I appreciate you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Always coming through. So I think it's up to us not to continue that. And if you believe in it and you think I'm crazy, then go ahead and continue to create the stereotype that you try so hard to get away from and then get offended by when someone associates you with being ratchet and low class. Just understand that that's being perpetuated over and over and over and over and over. All right. You said the owner set them up to shame them. They deserve to be shamed. Right. They shamed themselves by getting up and twerking. Shoot. They deserve to be. They did that to themselves. They already knew better. So y'all talking about that solo dude? Yeah. I got him good though. Now he can rest at night and he can talk to me, and got embarrassed in front of his own little audience, and that was that. Now everyone's going to search his restaurant and go. They should. You are supposed to use what you have to get what you want. Twerking is advertising. Huh? So you want just sex? Because that's all it's advertising is sex. Do you want... Then you be mad. Why are they always asking about sex? Oh, because you was twerking over there, baby. How can I get them to not think about sex? Stop twerking. What if he ghosted me after I slept with him? Did you twerk? That's all he wanted. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Hit it and quit it. If that's how you advertise, then, don't be surprised at how they ghost after they get what you were advertising. Twerking does attract the wrong types. You are correct. You just want to go to the ballet. Exactly. So you just want to go to ballet instead of twerking. Y'all are silly. Twerkers don't think longevity. They sure don't. It's all about etiquette. Exactly. Beyonce gets paid $400 million and her twerking does not come off ratchet. Do you look just like Beyonce? Is your husband Jay-Z? Do you have billions of fans? No, you don't. So I don't think twerking on Beyonce, who's a professional entertainment An entertainer has to do with anybody ratchet twerking to get attention. Okay. Yes. Somebody said, do you have Beyonce money? Right. So yeah, I think people keep trying to compare themselves to entertainers, but y'all aren't entertainers. Would you wear Michael Jackson's outfit to a job interview? Or wear, because you're not an entertainer. So you don't wear that outfit. Do you wear a leotard everywhere like Beyonce wears? Because you're not an entertainer. So no, you're not going to wear a leotard everywhere like Beyonce. Those are entertainers. Stop thinking you can do what entertainers do unless you are an entertainer. You know? And I think that's a bad thing. People keep comparing themselves to entertainers when they look nothing like the entertainer, sound nothing like the entertainer, can't dance nothing like the entertainer, don't have the same money as the entertainer. Just taking the bad parts of everything that entertainer does and tries to implement it and then end up looking terrible. You know? So, yeah, I mean, I think people need to stop comparing themselves to entertainers because that's what's getting them in trouble. I mean, you try to get your sister to watch, but she keeps ignoring your videos. She's such a pickmiesha and miserable. Girl, let your sister be a pickmiesha. That, you know, there's always one in every family. Just be you and see where y'all at in 10 years. Okay? Then she's going to be looking for them videos. Let's talk about Lizzo twerking for fans. Okay. What about Lizzo twerking for fans? Do y'all really think that's something pleasurable to watch? Lizzo gets paid to twerk too, y'all. Believe it or not, she gets paid to make y'all want to go twerk as well. So that, and when the aliens come or somebody looks back on history and they see all the footage in the film and 100 years from now, and they look back and see what these people were doing over here, and then they come and see what these people are doing over here. Well, let's see what they're doing over here. Let's see what the black people were doing 100 years ago. Oh my goodness, twerking? What is this twerking? It's highly inappropriate. You know, oh my gosh, what is this? Let's see what these people over here were doing. Oh, going to school, opening businesses, investing in stock. You know, it's all done with a purpose, and y'all don't realize it. Y'all just fall right into it. It's like 100 years from now, look at these dumb people over here doing stupid stuff, twerking. Well, they don't look very smart. Okay, well, let's move over here. Who's over here? You know, so think about yourself when they look back on the film, all the ratchet stuff on Instagram and TikTok and whatever, and how people are representing themselves and people into the future. Because, you know, all this stuff gets documented. Everything on Twitter goes into the Library of Congress. Everything that's on internet and on the web it's saved. It's part of a memory. And if people want to go back and research the past, that's what they're going to use, the internet. And they're going to study people's, culture and what they prioritized and how they acted and what they felt was important through the internet, through the cloud. Exactly. And when they come upon, these twerk videos and, these ratchet things, they're just going to be like, oh my gosh, what is this? So, avoid that. I want to avoid that. Well, I won't be part of it. I'm just, that's the judgment, the cloud. Be like, oh my goodness. You said, what about them duck lips? So at least they died happy. Yeah, but their offspring and their great grandkids ain't gonna be happy seeing their grandmama twerking. Their great grandma twerking. When they try to do the ancestry.com family tree thing and they get to look back and see, how they have like pictures of your grandma and like stuff from the newspapers or whatnot. They gonna have twerk videos of people's grandma on ancestry.com in 100 years. This was your grandmama. She was twerking on Twitter. Here go your grandma. Great grandma. She was twerking in a restaurant and got told off by this man in his black turtleneck. She made viral news on December 21st, 2020. That's what everybody was waiting for. Okay. I hope I don't have a twerker in my family. Let me see. Click. Here goes your mother. She was a gold digger and took everybody's money and made some businesses. Oh, yeah. My grandma was cute. Good old grandma. So, we don't want to end up on the wrong side of history. The literal wrong side. Or the ratchet side. How about that? We don't want to end up on the ratchet side of history. Because Mm-hmm. We don't want to live on the ratchet side of... Okay, now I see I got a lot of pickmieshas in here talking about they want to twerk. Okay, y'all go ahead and twerk. Y'all end up on the internet twerking and have your future family embarrassed. I mean, it's just your legacy. Nothing more. Just your self-respect. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. If y'all like it, then keep on doing it. Wonderful. All right. They troll it. I know. That's what I'm saying. You said, good news, though. Instagram has new terms and conditions. They're going to hide nakedness and twerking. Thank you. Thank goodness. Yeah, they should, because I can't even I used to couldn't even look at Instagram with my children over my shoulder. Now I can. Thank you. Thank you, Instagram. Mm-hmm. And do all you can do over there. Be careful what you post on the internet. I know people don't believe that. What if you have a kid and they go to school to do some research, or they go home to do some family research because they got a project for, some family tree project, and they go and search, grandma, and grandma's on internet twerking. And your little child got to see that. Okay. Remember the future. So be careful. Grandma's twerk will still be out there for, the children to see. Even mother, like, my child will type in my name, my YouTube name, or my real name, or whatever, to see what pops up online about me. Can you imagine when y'all have kids, what y'all kids gonna find about y'all? Be careful. Don't put it out there. They will find you. Or delete it while you can. You said twerking is equivalent to the advice you give. Hairy Knuckles. That's why your name Hairy Knuckles. Like I'm gonna take an insult from somebody named Hairy Knuckles. You said when in doubt, wear a different color wig, right? I could tell y'all from the families of twerkers. Y'all, I'm probably twerking right now somewhere. Okay. All right, I'm gonna end it because y'all acting silly now. Y'all don't take nothing seriously. That's why I can't be serious. Okay, y'all go have fun twerking. Have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And for those of you who actually have common sense and are smart and care about yourselves, happy gold digging, happy leveling up. I'll see you guys later.